Hello, I'm Mantastic and Fantastic, and tonight I'm actually using Mobizen and Fantastic to record my 297 Hera run with my Awoken DQXQ team. I messed up, I guess, in the start time, so you are not going to see the team entry screen, but just note that everyone is Pentamaxed, and the only inherit is Wukong, who has Red Odin, which is a useless inherit. It's used for my arena farming, so it should not occur, obviously, in an ideal world. So I actually cleared this with Sarasvati as well as Sarasvati on Mantastic, so that video is uploaded. So take a look there and see some inspiration of how you could use, say, a Sarasvati or a glass cannon style, another glass cannon style leader to clear this dungeon. Now, the first 4 floors are random and scary in a way because they hit really hard, as you can see there, but they also have the chance of binding or orb changing your cards or orb changing your orbs away. So rainbow teams, at least like DQXQ, have a bit of insurance against it because you have at least 6 elements. 4 out of 6 elements can proc your leader skill, and 16 times is not obviously a crazy multiplier, but with Apollo and his mighty 2-prong attack, like dual 2-prong and high base attack, you can pick off quite a few things. Like Apollo did hit pretty hard there. Granted, I didn't kill the devil, but I get an extra turn of stalling, I guess, which I don't need because I'm already full actives. But just going through the trash floors, ideally using as little actives as possible because I'll need them later on because they're a lot scarier. So I was just checking Wukong and Red Odin how far away it is. It's far. So, like I said, there's a lot of RNG involved for these first 4 floors, and these Mystic Knights can do random things like this. Thankfully, they have that preemptive, which means that their 3-turn timer gets fully reset back. So I don't actually have to worry as much about what they're going to do after all that orb changing. So pick them off easily. Now I enter Venus, and Venus is quite a scary floor because these long dungeons with only solo mode, you can't really afford to budget a bind clear. Like, I do have Wukong's passive bind clear, but obviously he can get bound, and therefore I'm gonna die. So I want to kill Venus right away. Like, even though she has 50% less damage from light, I can make 100 times with light without a row, and that will be enough to kill her because she is relatively squishy. So clearing off Venus, and I arrive at Minerva. Now, she wants me to show her my puzzling skills, and I say, how about I stall? Because she's actually the easiest place to stall, and if you move your hard orbs to the bottom row, or like the bottom 2 or the top 2 rows, just not in the middle, you actually can stall very easily because it's only going to orb change away from those 2 positions. Now, she only hits for 7,500 damage every turn, and that's very easy to stall. So if I had to use actives previously, such as Pollux, I can restall from them back here. Now, this combo shield is 6 combos, but it's obviously less than Hera. However, why stress out? Using orb changers make it easier, but trying not to. And her combo shield actually drops off after the 5 or 6 turns, whatever. And after that, she actually does how boring. She's like, oh, no puzzle skills, how boring. But I thought, how great, how much stalling. So I'm just thinking in my head, can I take a hit? Yes, I can. I don't know what I was thinking here. Actually, I can take a hit. It's only 7,500 damage. So I am like, interesting, but match away. I should match more combos, really. I don't know why I broke up the red, but I thought, I guess I'd get an extra turn here because she Crimson Gleam, but she actually didn't. Sorry, she did Crimson Gleam. Now I'm thinking, do I get an extra turn? I thought, I'll just heal up. But in actual fact, she does how boring. This is when she does how boring when she's at 5 and 1 turn. So how boring means I can't survive hits anymore. However, my actives are not working. So I'm like, oh wow, no active can save me. So I have to use Wedding Iznami. And I actually let Wukong cap out 2 Red Odin because, you know, so intelligent I am. So I just pop Red Odin now to get it ticking back to Wukong. Maybe it'll come back up in time, maybe it won't. I don't know why I moved the Heart Orb there at the last moment. I shouldn't have, but there's no combo shield, so I don't have to make crazy combos anymore, but I obviously need to make a row to kill her. And this is where things kind of did not go as according to plan, because I need to use an active. And now I'm like, wow, DQ doesn't work because there's no purple. So I have to use Pollux, who thankfully came back up. So I'm going to pop Pollux and match my DQ light row, and that will be enough to finish Minerva off and get out of this horrible spot. So I should have, in hindsight, made better usage of my combos, because I made only 4, and that was enough to kill her, thankfully, but it was only just enough. Now, there's no preemptive attack here, so yay. So it doesn't matter if I'm low health. But Ceres is a scary floor like Venus. You don't want to play around with her because, again, she can bind, and like I said, you probably don't have a budget for a bind clear, so you have to make sure you get out of here. Now, I made another little mistake here. I should have matched my light orbs all together to get the 8 to trigger 100 times damage, but I don't know why I didn't. I actually just did just enough damage, so thank goodness. Things are kind of going my way. Now I reach Neptune, and here is where I actually should have used my DQ's active right now, because there's a fly or something flying around here. But this is where I should have used DQ's active, but I guess I'm going to showcase how you can get away around Neptune's poison heart making. So if you move your primary color orbs into the out of the top or bottom row, they stick around. Now I can use DQ here. I'll form a row of water, and as long as I got one more purple, which I did, or yellow, I get a light row. And because I have another blue, I can make 7 connected blue, and that means I trigger 100 times while still making my light row. So I'm going to make my light row here, and I'm actually going to match my 7 connected water to trigger the 100 times. And that's enough to pierce through his defense, which is great, because I killed him. Yay! And I didn't have to use all my actives. Now I get to Hades, and Hades has the 99% preemptive cut. I have a lot of dark resist on the team, so I survived with more than that, so yay for me. And I just want to heal up, and, well, I have to heal up because Hera has the preemptive, but I want to stall for actives, get everyone else up, just in case my board on Hera is not very pleasant. So I actually skyfell a bunch of light orbs, and that resulted in him actually getting pushed below 50, which is essentially the same effect as not actually doing damage to him because he was dark to begin with, ironically. So stalling and looking at my actives, looking at how many turns I have remaining, I want to try and get at least as close as possible, but I'm okay at this point. So before you ever kill Hades and you're using a non-tank or Heartcross team, please, 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 please use your shield, or you're going to die a sad death to Hera. And that would be kind of embarrassing considering you made it this far. So lo and behold, I get to Hera and her giant preemptive. Thankfully, I have tons of dark resist. With the 35% Izanami shield. Why I took a screenshot, I have no idea. I think I didn't trust Mobizen. I don't even know why I took it there either. But regardless, here I am, and I popped Apollo a bit too hastily because I didn't count. And here's the problem with this board. This is a terrible board because I have 4 water, 5 wood, and 5 fire, which means I can only manufacture 3 combos from those off colors, which is bad because I need to make at least 7 combos here. And I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm like, I can get a third 3 light combos, but I can't get extra other color combos. So I'm like, what do I do here? If I was streaming, I would be like saying, wow, but I don't have the pop-up here. So just imagine me saying, wow, I'd probably look exactly like that. So I'm thinking, how can I do this? So the way to help manufacture extra combos here is set up cascades and group like colored orbs together, so if the right orb skyfalls into place, you get a free match. So I have the 2 wood on the left-hand column, and that will actually hopefully trigger if I match it properly and they all drop into place. I also try and cascade if at all possible, which I do here. So moving that green up, there's the cascade. I have Apollo Skyfall buff, so I might get light, but lo and behold, I actually got the wood on the side and then one random water, I think. But the point being is I made 8 combos. That was enough. I took the screenshot again to prove that I guess I did DQXQ it. But yahoo! Good job me. That was quite exciting. DQ is definitely capable of clearing this dungeon, and it only costs 25 to try every time, but I actually managed to do it on my first try on both my accounts, so I feel good. I have lots of stamina now. I don't know what to do with it, but yay to me. So hopefully that was somewhat inspiring of how you can actually tackle 297 Hera with a DQXQ team. Check out my Ceres body clear, as well as the corresponding post, which is linked in the description below, to see clears by Japanese players of teams I don't actually run. And I actually paired with my rank 518 mom, who has a Pentamax DQXQ, so go mom. Yay! So, thank you very much for watching. Have a mantastic evening. I should sleep. It's really late. So, yeah, have a fantastic evening. And happy puzzling!